Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, as Dallas and I are here to announce our next big move, biggest move we've ever made for Revival Today. Behind me is a building that will look nothing like it looks right now when we finish. We're on just under 5 acres of property that we've just finished purchasing, which is going to give us the ability to have a state-of-the-art studio. And in that studio, something I've wanted to have for a long time, which is a live studio audience. It's going to be a 500-seat building when we finish with it that'll give us the ability to touch the world with our broadcasts. This facility is going to give me the ability to do what I've really missed, which is having you in the audience to minister to personally. Obviously, you can't beat the reach of digital media. We touch the whole world every day, but we have the ability now with this to lay hands on people, pray for people that are sick, a place where you can bring people that are drug addicted, demonized, and really give them the ministry that you can't get on YouTube and Facebook. I can't wait. And then beyond that, we're going to announce the launch of Revival Today Church. We're going to hold Holy Ghost church services every Sunday morning. I'll be there most Sunday mornings. This isn't going to be like some little side project. We're going to give you and your family a place you can go that's a soul-winning church that values the presence of God, where you can get prayed for and ministered to, where there's not a critical race theory lecture or a mass and social distancing 10 minutes of no talking to anybody in the lobby. None of that. We're going to have a place where you're free and where you're free to experience the presence of God.
I'm incredibly excited because I know a lot of you have been asking about different meetings and events that we couldn't have during COVID, and trust me, we tried so hard. So this really frees us up to do everything that we want to do with healing meetings and women's conferences. So I am so looking forward to seeing you and having you be a part of this.
So I want to give you a twofold call to action. Number one, if your church turned in to a liberal nightmare in 2020 and you need a place to go, I would be happy to have you at our church. Number two, if you are a partner or a friend of our ministry, Revival Today, this is the biggest move by far we've ever made. By the time we finish remodeling that building, the acquiring of the property, you're looking at a couple of M's. So if you would stand with us now, I'll say thank you ahead of time. Pray and ask the Holy Ghost what He would have you to do. You've been so generous, and I thank you ahead of time for your extreme generosity. I know I speak on behalf of my wife, everybody here at Revival Today, when I say we love you very much. And now I can say I look forward to seeing you face to face here at the new home of Revival Today.
Hey.
You must be new or something, man. We the best, man.
Redwood.
Good morning, everybody. It's the first day of fall. Look at that. They decorated real nicely here with harvest candles and pumpkins and whatever that is. It looks like a rotten apple. Oh, it's from the tree outside. Good morning, everybody. Let's see. Kenny, Bethany. Yeah, I'm gonna come home and it's gonna be all falled out. Scott, good morning. Paul, John Saxbury, good morning. Welcome to Check the Market. Yesterday was another crazy day in the markets. Crypto when moon? That's a good question. It's not looking good right now, but you know what? You gotta hodl. Hodl that crypto. See where crypto's at right now. Quick look before the market opens. Ooh. Just buy the dip. Pumpkin spice everything, that's right. Markets are open. And everything was positive this morning when I checked, and it still is. We're up about 200 on the Dow, 0.5% on the S&P 500, and about 55 points on the NASDAQ. First day of fall, so happy I could jump over a bridge. Good morning, Nicholas and Mike. Letitia, good morning. Welcome to Check the Market, where we check the market and put CNBC and Fox Business out of business. Except for Varney, I like him. How did everybody do yesterday in the market? I put some money in that company Rewalk that I talked about yesterday, RWLK, and I put in my stop loss, and it hit my stop loss, and I didn't buy it back in. I should have bought back in because it ended the day at 260, I think. I bought in at 180, 80 something, and had the stop loss at 175. And it hit the stop loss, 176, and it hit the stop loss, and I should have stayed in, because that would have been a nice return. But you still got to set your stop losses. So if you miss out, at least it didn't go the other way. Good morning, Ricarte. Inez, good morning. Good morning, Dave. It's the first day of fall, and we're going to be talking about the Fed a little bit. The Fed Chairman Jerome Powell is going to be giving a press conference at 2 p.m. this afternoon. So that will probably affect the market. But stocks are all up right now, but we know how that goes. Yesterday they were up, then they went down, and then they went back up again. Real roller coaster. Mike, if they all invest in cryptocurrencies, it won't be long before they do that. Sandra, good morning. Did you buy the company from yesterday, Rewalk? Because if you did, you made some good profit there. Anybody who did buy in yesterday while we were talking about it or even shortly thereafter. Yes, Bros is looking great. Dutch Bros. I should have bought in. Man, up another 4% today. Over 4%. Trading at $57 a share. Not bad. The leaves, some of the trees have started changing color here in Pittsburgh, but it's not so much yet. Oh, wow. That's good that you bought Rewalk. Good morning from South Africa. What do I use for stock crypto buy and sell orders? I use Robinhood. I use TD Ameritrade. I use Uphold. I use Coinbase. I use Qcoin. I use Schwab. So I use a whole bunch of different platforms. All right, let's get into it this morning. First article. $5.9 million ransomware attack on major agriculture group poses risk to U.S. grain, pork, and chicken supply. Attack is believed to have been carried out by Black Matter, a successor of Colonial Pipeline hacker DarkSide. I only saw this on Fox Business. I haven't seen it anywhere else, so I don't know if it's a big deal or not. Good morning, Angela and Michael. Start investing. I would start investing in any number of companies. You can start very small, depending on where you're at to learn how to invest. So if you want to start with $100, $500, $50, you can do that with an app like Robinhood or an app like Cash App, and you can just invest in a couple stocks just to get your feet wet, just to see how it goes. We actually have a couple of tutorial videos up on our Instagram page if you want to check those out, Michael. It's Let's Check the Market. Let's Check the Market on Instagram. There's a couple of tutorial pages, tutorial videos on there that'll show you how to invest in Robinhood and Cash App. And then it just depends on, I would start with a company that I believe in. So I love cars. I've always been a car guy ever since I was a little kid. And so the first companies that I was interested in investing were Porsche and Daimler. So what I would do is I would look at back when I lived in Africa at the boarding school that I went to, I would go to the computer lab and I would look at the German stock market and see where they were trading. And that became like a daily thing. And that's how I got interested in stocks. First, it was just a love of the products. And then it turned into oh, I really like these companies. How can I invest in them? And so that's how I would start. Whatever, Dutch Brothers, if you love Dutch Brother coffee, Starbucks, if you love Starbucks, you can start looking at those stocks and seeing, if it's a company you believe in, and then invest in them. And you can start small, take a look, see how it goes. I do need to post the stocks to watch on Instagram. Let me set myself a reminder for that. Good morning from Milwaukee. Dr. J. Yeah, Capital One Uphold. It's kind of difficult to get money into the Uphold account if you have to do like an ACH withdraw from your account. It's I tried putting money into my Uphold account with my Chase credit card and the Citi one that I have, and both of them didn't work. I had to call them and hey, what's going on? Why can't I move money into my Uphold account? And they're like, oh, no problem. There's nothing wrong with it, and you can try again. So I tried again, and the same thing. They don't let you for some reason. I think it's just because it's speculation or whatever. They're trying to protect you or whatever. I think that's why a lot of banks don't let you deposit money into your Uphold account using a credit or debit card, even though the option is there on those platforms. Mike Frost, just dumping life savings into safe money. Yes. All right, that's what Stephanie did in the Mac. All right, continue. So $5.9 million ransomware attack on major agriculture group poses risk. So there's been another attack, another hack on this agriculture group. So they're saying it might affect the supply chain, but I haven't seen it anywhere else. So I'm gonna have to look some more into this. Let's see the article. The U.S. grain, pork, and chicken supply could be at risk after a ransomware attack on New Cooperative Inc. has forced the Iowa-based agricultural service provider systems to go offline. Out of an abundance of caution, we have proactively taken our systems offline to contain the threat, and we can confirm it has been successfully contained. The spokesperson for New Cooperative didn't immediately return Fox Business request for comment. Continue. Black Matter ransomware group just ransomed another food critical infrastructure in the U.S. The ransom demand is $5.9 million for now. The victim is playing by the rules. At CISA Gov is going to be demanding answers from us within the next 12 hours. Continue. Security researchers say the attack was carried out by ransomware group Black Matter, which has reportedly encrypted New Cooperative's data and stolen thousands gigabytes worth of files, including invoices, research and development documents, and the source code to its soil mapping technology. The hacking group is asking for $5.9 million ransom payment in exchange for a tool to decrypt the data. According to screenshots shared by Dark Feed Threat Intelligence of what appears to be a conversation between Black Matter and New Cooperative on Sunday, the agriculture group said there would be a very, very public disruption to the grain, pork, and chicken supply chain if it was not able to recover its systems immediately. Black Matter, founded in 21, claims to have incorporated the best features from Russian ransomware group DarkSide, are evil and Lockbit. So another attack. We're gonna have to keep our eye on that. With supply chains already stretched thin as they are, this is definitely not good. Continue. We can go to the next article. Ford Redwood forms circular supply chain for EV battery materials. So car manufacturers are thinking outside the box now with supply chains the way they are to keep everything domestic, which is good. It's the way it's supposed to be. Continue. Ford Motor Company and startup Redwood Materials said on Wednesday they are partnering to form a closed-loop or circular supply chain for electric vehicle batteries from raw materials to recycling. The aim is to lower the cost of EVs by reducing the dependence on imported materials while also narrowing the environmental impact from mining and refining of battery materials. Continue. Ford and Redwood will work closely with Korean battery maker SK Innovation, which has a joint venture with Ford called Blue Oval SK, to make EV battery cells in the United States. Ford executive Lisa Drake said at a media briefing. The issue? Redwood, which was founded in 2017 by former Tesla executive J.B. Straubel, has been recycling battery scrap and materials at facilities in Nevada. That's interesting. In mid-September, the company said it would expand its business to include refining those materials into battery components, including cathodes and anodes, with the aim of supplying enough of those components to equip 1 million electric vehicles after 2025. In July, Redwood raised $700 million from investors including Amazon, Fidelity, T. Rowe Price, and Bailey Gifford. On Wednesday, Straubel said Ford had invested $50 million. Redwood currently is valued at $3.7 billion by investor website PitchBook. So Redwood is a company that I'm going to keep my eye on if they go public, because I think it's interesting what they're doing with battery recycling. That's one issue that EV vehicles have, and that they need to address. How they're going to make, number one, batteries longer lasting, so it's not like an iPhone. If you buy one of those, then it can only hold an 80% charge after a year. So they need to make sure that they work on that. But Redwood, that's a company that I'll be keeping my eye on, as well as Ford. Ford looks like they're really trying to innovate in this space and take on Tesla and other electric vehicle makers. Continue. And we can go to the next article. Bitcoin's flash crash marks brutal sell-off in global markets. Let's see where crypto's at right now that we're talking about it. Bitcoin 42, Ethereum 29, XRP 92. Rom, did you buy that dip yesterday in XRP? Rom bought the dip. Where'd you get it at? 89? 89. It did, yeah. So Rom bought the dip in XRP. It's still down to 92. But not bad. So Bitcoin's flash crash marks brutal sell-off in global markets. I invest under my name. I didn't set up a company yet. Continue. Major cryptocurrencies were down on Wednesday morning as a flash crash in the price of Bitcoin earlier this week wiped out over $200 billion from the market. Bitcoin was down 1.7% to trade at 42,223 at the time of writing and is trading at levels not seen since August, while Ethereum fell 8.3% and was trading at 2920. Over the last few days, Bitcoin has been down on a downward spiral after sentiment related to riskier assets took a beating, said this guy at AvaTrade. The price action is currently testing the Ichimoku cloud technical pattern, which supports the asset near 39.9. Investors are closely monitoring these support levels for signs of further declines in prices. The Ichimoku cloud is a collection of technical indicators that show support and resistance levels, as well as momentum and trend direction. The flash crash comes amid a brutal sell-off in markets linked to China's Evergrande Group as cryptos become more integrated into financial markets worldwide. Great job, Mike. Increased XRP by 25% yesterday at 90 cents. Doug said last week that it could go down to 78 cents. So if it does, I'm definitely buying at that point as well. Continue. So that's a pretty scary chart because it's all red and it's going in the wrong direction. The company has done extremely well since the great financial crisis, managing to leverage investment opportunities in a cash-intensive industry. However, it seems that since financial conditions have become a bit more difficult, all that leverage is now tightening around them like a boa constrictor. Man. He said their stocks have been declining steadily the entire year, and it seems the drama has now spread globally. Meanwhile, El Salvador, which started accepting Bitcoin as legal tender earlier this month, took advantage of the fall in its price over the weekend to increase its holdings. We already went over that yesterday. Van Eck, a mutual fund ETF manager, has launched a Bitcoin tracker fund and has filed to launch a strategy fund that will invest in Bitcoin futures as well as an exchange-traded fund. Next. The Fed will try to soothe markets Wednesday while preparing investors to end bond buying. Is it going to happen? Is the Fed going to start tapering? We'll see. They might just stop or say they're stop tapering. They're going to start tapering, and then they're just going to call it something else. Continue. Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell testifies during a U.S. House Oversight and Reform Select Subcommittee hearing on coronavirus crisis. Oh, that's the picture. After Monday's market turbulence, the Federal Reserve challenge will be to sound reassuring while acknowledging it's preparing to make its first major step away from the easy policies it put in place to fight the pandemic. The Fed will release a policy statement along with the economic and interest rate forecasts it issues quarterly at the end of its two-day meeting Wednesday afternoon. Fed Chairman Jerome Powell is expected to brief the media at 2:30. Sorry, I said 2 earlier. It's 2:30. 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time. The central bank is widely expected to indicate it is getting ready to announce it will start paring back its $120 billion in monthly purchases of treasuries and mortgage-backed securities. Continue. I think they're going to lay out that they had a discussion on tapering. I don't think they're going to provide any details. I think they're going to provide a framework where they can start doing it in November or December, BlackRock Chief Investment Officer Rick Reeder said. The Fed's meeting began Tuesday following a turbulent day in global markets on worries that China's big property developer Evergrande could collapse and spread contagion outside China's borders. The S&P 500 had its worst day since May on Monday. Stocks stabilized a bit Tuesday as investors looked to the Chinese government to contain the situation. Does the last couple of days' price action in markets or China have an influence on their thinking? My guess it's going to enter the discussion, but I still think they're going to end up in the same place they were going to end up in. He expects the Fed to cut back the purchase at the pace of 10 billion treasuries and 5 billion mortgage-backed securities a month once it starts to taper. Continue. By and large, the tapering is probably not a market-moving event. Threadneedle head multi-strategy, that person. She noted the focus Wednesday will be heavily on forecasts and the Fed's dot plot, the chart it uses to present the anonymous interest rate forecasts of central bank officials. While the Fed's move away from the asset purchases may be well broadcast, strategists say interest rate forecasts may be a wild card for markets, tied closely to that it will be the Fed's expectation for inflation. In June, it forecast 3.4% for the personal consumption expenditures inflation index this year, before falling back to 2.1% in 22. Also in their June forecast, Fed officials targeted the first two increases of the Fed funds target rate in 23, but there's a risk that could change. Two officials had expected the first hike in 22. And many market pros are betting on a hike by the end of next year. Continue. We can go to the next one. So we'll see what the Fed says this afternoon at 2:30. That's probably going to move the markets a little bit once he starts speaking. Let's see where everything's at. It's still positive here. Yes, we are. Stronger mortgage demand points to September surge in home sales. So home sales have been up again. Let's see the article. After Labor Day week, lull, demand for mortgages rose sharply last week from homeowners and home buyers. Total mortgage application volume was up nearly 5% for the week, according to the Mortgage Banker Association's seasonally adjusted index. Mortgage interest rates, however, didn't move and haven't for the past 4 weeks. The average contract interest rate for a 30-year is still at 3.03, so right around 3%. Applications for a loan to purchase a home rose 2% for the week, but they're still 13% lower than 1 year ago. That annual comparison, however, is shrinking. Home buyers really pulled back over the summer as soaring prices and record low supply made for a toxic mix. It's crazy to look at the charts, like if you go to Zillow or Realtor, where they give you the estimate of the houses and they have like the chart. It's crazy to see how it's just like going steady up for the estimates. How just in the last year, house prices have just skyrocketed. Continue. We can go to the next article. An inside look at the battery technology company that beat Tesla to Mars. I had a friend send me an article about a company that is trying to develop better battery technology, and that led me down a rabbit trail. And so now I'm looking at companies that have that are developing better battery technology, because I think that that's definitely going to help with all these car manufacturers changing to or switching to all electric by 2030, 2035, whatever their timelines are. But they definitely have to improve on the battery technology. And so those are some companies that I have been looking at. And once I find a good one to invest in, I'll definitely keep you all updated. So an inside look at battery technology company that beat Tesla to Mars. Let's see it. Man, that is a serious battery. It even glows in the dark. Look at that. Continue. KULR Technology Group held its Battery Solutions Day event on Tuesday afternoon. The company develops and commercializes high-performance thermal management technology for electronics, batteries, and other components. Batteries already represent a multi-billion-dollar market, but it's expected to grow 5 times larger over the next 10 to 15 years. KULR Technology Group CEO Michael Moe said Tuesday during the event. The company is finding success in the battery transportation and energy storage market. The company is known for its carbon fiber structure, adding that it's so innovative, NASA incorporated it into its Mars 22 Perseverance rover. We're proud to say that we beat Tesla to Mars. Continue. The president and CEO of Color Technology Group said the company's new CellCheck product will dramatically increase the safety of battery packs by providing instant analyses of current and historic health. We believe this will be a game-changing product for the $38 billion lithium-ion market. He referred to existing smart battery technology as a kindergarten-level solution. CellCheck is like a master's class professor. It checks charge cycles, excess heat, cold events, vibration, pressures, and much more. The company expects CellCheck to be at the center of Color Technologies Group's smart battery platform. CellCheck is set to be released in the first half of 2022. So KULR, they're publicly traded, trading around $2 a share. So I wanted to share that with you. If you guys want to put it on your watch list, it's $2.47. It's a company that I'm keeping my eye on. KULR Technology Group for battery technology and innovation, especially since there is going to be a stronger move towards this with all those companies pledging to reduce emissions and go all electric. You can go to the next article. China's Evergrande flagship business resolves an onshore bond payment. So investors are waiting to see if the giant developer pays a coupon due Thursday. So it looks like they have a debt payment due tomorrow, and everybody's keeping an eye on it. Evergrande said they will make the payment, which will buy them some time to continue to restructure their debt. Next article. Messari founder Ryan Selkis announces Senate run for 2024. Enough talk. So this is a crypto guy, and he wants to run for Senate in 2024 in New York. Is there a minimum you can invest in any company? Some companies, on some platforms there is a minimum. You'll have to buy one share, but a lot of platforms will let you buy fractional shares. So I know that Robinhood lets you buy fractional shares. I know that Cash App lets you buy fractional shares. So you can buy fractional shares of companies. So if you want to invest $1 in I don't know, whatever, Tesla or whatever, you can do that in Robinhood and Cash App. Those are so you can invest. There's not a minimum that you can invest, and you'll just own a fraction of that share instead of having to buy a whole share. All right, let's see the article. Ryan Selkis, the founder of Messari, a cryptocurrency research company, has announced he'll be running for the U.S. Senate in 2024. The entrepreneur made the announcement on Twitter after finding out one of the speakers at Messari's mainnet conference, whose identity could not be confirmed, was served with a subpoena by the SEC. This is one of the first serious political bids that a crypto entrepreneur has made in the U.S. Ryan Selkis, founder and CEO of Messari, a crypto research firm, so he'll be running. If you're wondering when I actually decided to run for Senate, it was when these people came to my event, didn't buy a ticket, and served one of the speakers a subpoena. Enough talk, more war on our out-of-control regulatory state. So it looks like the crypto bros are getting into politics. Let's see it. Continue. While some media reported this speaker to be Du Quan, founder of a protocol in Cosmos, this could not be confirmed. Selkis is one of the first cryptocurrency entrepreneurs to announce a political run besides the late John McAfee, to change the way that regulators are acting against cryptocurrency companies and decentralized protocols. But Selkis' views are not a secret. He's always been vocal about his disagreements with how regulators are, in his opinion, hurting cryptocurrency companies in the country and stifling innovators. While for some, the Selkis tweet was thought a rash assessment of the subject and likely a joke, Selkis dispelled these doubts in a recent interview. When asked about his Senate run, he doubled down on his bet, stating, continue. The tweet does speak for itself. The tone is aggressive and assertive, but I think it underpins the sentiment that most in the industry feel right now, even if they don't say it out loud. So the crypto bros are getting into politics, running for Senate. It won't be long now before the Wall Street Bets crew decides that they want to run for Congress and Senate. Then watch out. They'll be shutting down hedge funds left and right. Continue. Robinhood testing new crypto wallet and cryptocurrency transfer features. So Robinhood is, the one thing that I don't like about it now is that you can't transfer out your cryptocurrency out of Robinhood. But they are testing a new wallet, which then would let you transfer cryptos, which is good. We can go to the next article. Crypto companies continue ETF proposal spree with Bitcoin decentralized finance filings. Tuesday, regulatory filings show Amplify, Invesco, and Galaxy Digital submitting a pair of crypto ETF bids to the SEC. I think it won't be long now before the SEC can't ignore this anymore. There's so many companies that are filing for crypto ETFs that they're going to have to come out with guidance for sure, and then they're going to have to either approve these or, then deny them. But I think that with all these companies, I think it's looking positive for crypto. I don't know if the SEC can just put a blanket ban on any of these. All right, let's go over the stocks to research for today. see where the market's at. Oh, wow. It's cruising. Dow Jones is up over a percent, over 1%. S&P is up 34 points, so 0.8%, and the Nasdaq's up 0.5%. So low. Yesterday, I went over a couple of high risks for the S&P 500 and the Russell 2000, where it goes, if any of those indices go up by 1%, these go up by 3%. So I'm just going to give you the regular ones now, which is IVV, which is an exchange-traded fund that tracks the investment result of the S&P 500, basically investing in the S&P 500. So this is fairly low risk, but what you're doing is you're buying the S&P 500. So if it goes up like today, it went up 0.77%, then this would go up 0.77%. I've got two of those. I've got IVV and SPY, SPY. So those are the two that you can invest in. So if you're new to investing, those are the indices that you can invest in. They're basically ETFs that track the investment on the S&P 500, and it's very close. Any pointers on buying, investing in precious metals? Precious metals, I buy silver almost every month, and I do so by going to, there's two websites that I use. I use APMEX, the American Precious Metals Exchange, and I use JM Bullion. And I've set myself a goal for however many ounces of physical silver that I want, and that's where I buy that. So I do invest in precious metals, and I buy physical silver, and I have bought paper gold before. So it would be ticker symbol GLD for gold, GLD, and you can buy it's just paper gold. You're not buying physical gold, but if you buy physical gold, you can do that on those websites as well. The two that I just gave you, APMEX.com and JMBullion.com. So that's for investing in precious metals, and that's a hedge against inflation, a hedge against, market downturns, whatever. I just like to invest in a little bit of precious metals. I don't do much every single month, but I do invest in it. APMEX.com, American Precious Metals Exchange. You can go to their website and you can see there. They've got a whole bunch of different precious metals for exactly. Ninja, you got it. So the two low risks, IVV and SPY. And then JM Bullion. Is the other one. Medium risk, MRTN, Martin Transport Limited. This company is a temperature-sensitive truckload carrier. Company focuses on transporting and distributing food and other consumer packaged goods that require a temperature-controlled or insulated environment. They operate all over the U.S., Canada, and Mexico. I've been looking for a good transportation company to buy into, and I think this is one that I added to my watch list. I'm looking for a good point to get in. Earnings have been solid, and they have a good amount of free cash flow, consistent earnings growth, earnings per share, and dividend growth. Company is currently trading at around 2x for book value, and it still has some potential. There might be a better entry point if the market keeps going down, but it's pretty good value. It has a small dividend at 1.02%. The one thing that I really like about this company is that it has virtually no long-term debt. It's very rare to see a transportation company that doesn't have any long-term debt, and they have zero. So they've got accounts payable and things like that, which is just, short-term. But they don't have any long-term debt. So I like that about this company, MRTN, Martin Transport Limited. Now for high risk, Bitcoin, XRP, XLM, Cardano. Those are some of the cryptocurrencies that I'm looking at to invest in as they keep going down, just to add to my position. Medium risk was MRTN. MRTN. Martin Transport Limited. And then the two low risks that I had for today were IVV and SPY. Just for anybody who is new to investing, that's the S&P 500. So that's, if you want to invest in the S&P 500, you can use those two. Then I also had a question yesterday about TRQ. TRQ is a mining company that's based in Canada, so it's based out of Canada. Took a look at it. They have a copper mine in Mongolia. And so I did a little bit of research on the company. The only reservation, it looks like a good company. It's very low valued. It's trading at a 0.29x book value, which is, I mean, that's a seriously discounted company. The only reservations that I have is that it's a Canada-based company that is working in Mongolia to extract copper. So you never know what the government of Mongolia is going to do. That region of the world has been fairly volatile right now anyway with China and everything, all the crackdowns and everything that they're doing there. And this company only has that one copper mine in Mongolia that they're working on. So it has all of its eggs in one basket. I don't like to see that. And so I don't know if I would invest in it, but it could make you some good profits, especially if copper prices go up. Yes, slave labor. So those are TRQ. Those are my thoughts on TRQ. What happened to my flower? It's an apple that Becca got from outside our office. There's an apple tree. And so we just got that one lonesome apple on it right there. NIOBF. I'd have to take a look at it. Oh my goodness. Are you serious? That's pretty good. Thanks, Brennan.
Very good.
NIOBF. Is that over the counter? Yeah, it is. I'll take a look at that company. I haven't heard of it before, and I'll let you know. Mineral exploration in Nebraska. I'll take a look at it. Thanks, Mike. I appreciate it. All right. Well, that's it for today. If you would like to donate, you can do so. Like to invest in Revival today and everything that we're doing here. We're building a church. Cash App pays early. How's Lucid? Why is it down? Oh yeah, Lucid. That's on the Wall Street Bets. They were hyping it up pretty good, but it's down today just a little bit. It's still way up, and I think that Lucid is still a good company, but they need to bring their product to market, and we'd like to see some results before I start investing in it. But I like Lucid. I like their product. They've got a 500-mile plus range on their electric vehicle. Thanks for letting me know about that NIOBF. I'll definitely look at it. Yeah, they've got very good stats on that vehicle. That's one electric vehicle I would be interested in. Lucid. All right, if you'd like to invest in Revival today, you can do so, and we are going to send you... Do we have the new shirt yet, Brennan? Not yet? Okay, so we'll do that one tomorrow. Oh, they are? Awesome. All right. So we'll give away the Check the Market mug, of which I have 2. One with liquid and one with dollars right there. So if you liked one of these, they're great mugs. You donate today, we'll send that to you. You can donate by going to revivaltoday.com and click the Give Now button. You can do hashtag donate and the amount on Facebook. You can text RT to 50155. Cash App $RTGive, Venmo at RTGive, revivaltoday.com/PayPal. We also accept cryptocurrencies. If you want to scan that code right there on the screen, we'll be able to get that cryptocurrency. And if there's any cryptocurrency you don't see and you'd like to give, you can call our office at 412-446-2332. You can also send us a check, Revival Today, P.O. Box 7, Prosperity, Pennsylvania, 15329. And then don't forget to claim your offer on the Check the Market mug. Thank you, Nicholas. I appreciate the subscribe. And then don't forget to check out our Instagram, Let's Check the Market. We've got some tutorial videos up there for you if you'd like to check those out. Let's Check the Market for our Instagram. And then tune in again at 11 a.m. for Revival Today live with Evangelist Jonathan. And then this afternoon, live with Maddie Ortiz at 4 p.m. Tonight, check the news at 10 p.m. with Jonathan. And then tomorrow morning, 7:30 morning prayer with Evangelist Kofi. And then I'll be with you again at 9:20 with Check the Market. Let's take a look, see where, everything's still heading up here. Still over 300 on the Dow. So we'll see what happens this afternoon when Jerome Powell speaks at 2:30. Well, thanks for hanging out, everybody. Appreciate you dropping by on this first day of fall. And I will see you all tomorrow. Go out there and make some money.